fun doing math when it was just simple. You know, doing addition and subtraction was a great fun start. 1 plus 1 is easily my favorite problem of all time. The second is bad. Doing addition and subtraction worksheets were so fire because I would always just breeze through that stuff. And then I would hit a problem like 127 minus 48. And I was like, oh snap, now it's a real challenge. And it had me using 20% of my brain power trying to solve this problem. But at the time, I was still having fun with it. It was still easy while also having a little challenge. It's like video games. You don't want them to be too easy all the way out. You want little challenges scattered throughout the game to keep it interesting. That's how I felt learning addition and subtraction, and I felt that even more when learning multiplication. Bruh, doing multiplication back then was so fun! I was a multiplication god! Whenever I was handed those 50-question multiplication sheets back then in elementary school, I would speed run that in 5 minutes or less and get everything right. I felt like Jimmy Neutron, the boy genius. Except I had a bigger head. Multiplication was so fun that I would legit be doing it during my free time. I remember one time I was at church and I got bored because it was church. So I pulled out a notebook and wrote down a random multiplication problem I ain't even know. 16 times 16. I spent the next 10 minutes solving that problem with no calculator, and I got 256. I was so smart, man. What other third grader knows 16 times 16 out the jump other than me? Someone could have a gun to my head and tell me what's 16 times 16. You have 2 seconds to answer. 2 seconds? Man, I'll answer that in 0.2 seconds. 256. Ain't nobody could solve multiplication like me. I'm the multiplication god. 100 times 100, 10,000. 10,000 times 10,000, 20,000. Man, I'm like Albert Einstein. When math was like that, simple and easy to understand, it was fun. I love that kind of math. So to the person that created those basic math formulas, thank you. And to the people that created everything else, you could suck a horse cock! After multiplication and decimals, math was never the same again, cause they started adding all of this extra shit. The decay started with fractions. Fractions were easy at first because I was just, but then they started asking for fractions as answers. And I just can't do that. That's not how my brain operates. I convert numbers to the shit I actually see in day-to-day life. If something costs $20, I'm not gonna be like, that costs $150 over $10. I'm not gonna be like that. Why do I have to put this in fraction form when I put the same answer in decimal form? You're making this hard on purpose. And it continued to get harder and harder with graphing, square roots, functions. Like, is this even math anymore? And it just hit a slump when they started adding letters to math. Like, letters are in the alphabet. Like, they're not numbers. Why are they in equations? This shit don't add up. Who did this? This nigga ruined math for me. I remember when they first started teaching us letters in math. I thought letters represented the number in the alphabet the letter is at, like A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, and so on. So when the teacher presented a problem like this, what does B equal? I was always like, B equals 2, obviously. But then the answer would be like, B equals 100. And I'm all like, no it doesn't. How does it equal 100? There's at most 30 to 40 letters in the alphabet, not 100 letters. How does B equal 100? And I never recovered since. I still don't understand how B equals 100. Like, y'all just making stuff up at this point. It's the second letter in the alphabet. That means it's 2. But you know what I hate the most in math? The subject that really messed me up? Algebra. Algebra was an all-in-one nut to your face. Show work when solving a problem that I don't even know in the first place. So what work am I gonna show? And even if I did know the answer, why do I have to show work? If it's a problem I can just type in a calculator, then ain't no reason for me to show work. The calculator is my work. Man, to the dude that created algebra, Muhammad. I ain't even gonna try to say the rest of it. That's gonna cast a spell on me or something. But in the afterlife, I know every high school student is jumped of it. I'm pretty sure y'all hate math too. Science is a close second. I ain't even gonna try to take too much of your time. So, in conclusion, Neil deGrasse Tyson can go eat my ass.
I'm not supposed to be here.